Welcome back everyone, this is Jace. We're mixing it up with the Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced build video today. Don't worry, War of the Lions is still my main focus though, unless we somehow switched and are living in an alternate timeline where I'm primarily an advanced creator instead. For this video, it's all about Marche, his double sword build, and how I like going about with this setup. This build is a very popular one for good reason. It not only allows us to do insane damage, it lets us master abilities faster since we can wield an additional weapon, and it gives us another chance to strike again. Death Striker from Game Facts inspired my build for this video. Here's what he does for his levels in a nutshell, and I'll post the link to it in the description below. I followed a very similar level path, but I made sure Marche was a ninja starting at level 3 for nearly 20 levels, and hunter for another 5 levels, and leveling up as a fighter to finish it all off. I wanted to tweak this build to give us decent speed and a very high weapon attack stat. I don't recommend leveling him up as a paladin since they have a poor speed stat and a decent weapon attack stat. We'll be changing Marche into a paladin as the final step though. Before we get right into the equipment, the reason we have Marche as a paladin is because of knight swords. They're the best weapons in the game by far, and having 2 of them means better damage and stats. The only drawback of a paladin is that their base mover 3 kinda sucks, which we'll be fixing with certain equipment. For our 2 swords, we'll be using Excalibur 2 and Nagrarok. Excalibur 2 has awesome attack power, and Nagrarok increases our moveset by 1. Sequence is another great option, but it takes a long time to power up, unless you have done the battle tournament hundreds of times. It also increases our moveset by 1, making us super mobile. Ninja Tabi to further increase our move by 2. Peytral is a strong piece of armor. We aren't necessarily using it to boost our defense, but to all of our stats. It also gives us an additional move, which is key since paladins lack mobility. For our last slot of equipment, we are using Bracer. It will further increase our attack damage, which is what this build is all about. We won't be using our abilities very much unless an enemy has a reaction ability like Reflex or Strike Back, but we will have Holy Blade or some abilities like Fighter Tech to counter this. Our reaction ability will be Damage MP. It will damage our MP instead of our HP. Even if damage taken is greater than the amount of MP we have, our MP is reduced to 0, making us nearly invincible, since every turn we regain 5 MP. Double Sword is our support and main focus of this build. As for our combo ability, anything will do the trick to let us secure a guaranteed hit. And lastly, it lets us combo with our clan members to do some insane damage. This is quite a popular build for Marche. Double Sword is a very good support ability, and we can finish off most enemies while closing in with our great movement stat, thanks to things like Ninja Tabi, Peytral, and our Knight Swords. As always, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the switch up with FFTA. Have a great one.